Kris Jenner has established firm guidelines for Corey Gamble as she prepares for her wedding. He'll take care of. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble have been together for nearly 10 years, and their relationship has remained strong despite many challenges and public attention. They first met in August 2014 during a party in Ibiza that was hosted by fashion designer Riccardo Tisci. From that point on, they became almost inseparable. Over the years, their bond has continued to grow, and now, Kris Jenner is reportedly making serious plans for a wedding. However, behind the scenes, there are reports that their relationship may not be as easy as it looks, especially when it comes to the rules that Kris allegedly expects Corey to follow. Kris Jenner, known for being a powerful businesswoman and the head of the Kardashian-Jenner family, is said to have placed very strict boundaries on Corey. According to insiders, she wants things to be done her way, and Corey is expected to agree with that fully. The talk of a wedding has only brought more attention to their dynamic. Sources say Kris is eager to get married soon, but not without making Corey sign a detailed legal agreement that protects her fortune. This agreement, known as a prenup, would limit what Corey could get if they ever got divorced. Even though he has reportedly already agreed to many rules while dating her, the wedding could bring in even more restrictions. One insider told Life and Style magazine that Corey is beginning to question whether marrying Kris is worth it, considering he would have very little to gain financially if the marriage ended. The source explained that Corey is already dealing with many boundaries about what he can say or do, and marriage could make things even more controlled. These restrictions seem to be making him think carefully before taking the next step with Kris. Earlier this year, Kris sparked engagement rumors when she made a surprising comment during an episode of The Kardashians. While talking to her daughters, she said that maybe she would get married when she turned 70. That small statement got fans talking and wondering if she and Corey were finally going to tie the knot. According to the same insider, Kris is dreaming of a huge celebration, even bigger than the weddings her children have had. She reportedly wants an extravagant ceremony with up to 1,000 guests. The wedding is already being described as one of the most stressful events to plan, mostly because of Kris's big ideas and high expectations. It's also been said that Kris is putting pressure on Corey to help with the planning in a very specific way. She allegedly wants him to reach out to all the famous people he knows so they can perform at the event or at least attend. The guest list is expected to be full of A-list celebrities, which only adds more pressure. The date hasn't even been confirmed yet, but Kris is already acting like the wedding is happening tomorrow. Sources say she is determined to make it a moment the world won't forget. Corey, on the other hand, is said to be trying to calm things down and keep it more manageable. He reportedly doesn't want to deal with the stress of such a huge wedding, especially when he isn't the one calling the shots. Despite all this, Kris seems much more focused on how the wedding will look and what kind of attention it will bring her than on the actual marriage itself. One insider shared that Kris is more interested in the status and the buzz the event will create. They claimed that she's acting like a bridezilla, even though she hasn't even gotten officially engaged yet. She isn't wearing a ring at the moment, but that hasn't stopped her from planning and dreaming big. According to the same source, she's acting as if the wedding is the most important thing happening in her life right now. This is not the first time Kris has been questioned about her relationship status. Back in 2018, 4 years into dating Corey, she was spotted wearing a large diamond ring. That sight sparked many questions from fans and reporters about whether she had gotten engaged. During an appearance on The Late Late Show with James Corden, Kris was put on the spot when Corden asked if Corey had proposed. Instead of answering, Kris chose to eat from a plate of bugs as part of the show's game, which is designed to make guests reveal secrets or take on a gross challenge. She laughed off the question, saying she wouldn't give an answer. Corden joked that the ring she was wearing was answer enough, but Kris quickly replied, "This is not the ring," leaving everyone still guessing. Even now, no official engagement has been announced, and yet Kris is fully diving into the planning process. According to those close to the situation, the couple's wedding could turn out to be one of the most talked about events in Hollywood, if it ever happens. People say that Kory is the one having doubts. Not because he doesn't love Kris, but because he feels like everything is being decided for him. The rules, the expectations, and now the pressure of being part of a giant wedding where he has very little control, all of it is becoming a lot to take in. Another thing people have talked about is the age difference between Kris and Kory. She's much older than him, but they've always seemed to have a strong connection. Kris has even said that she can't really explain the chemistry between them, but it's very real to her. Despite the age gap, the two have lasted longer than many people expected. They've been together through all kinds of situations, and they've always appeared to support each other. Kory has been there for many of Kris's big family moments, from holidays to birthday parties to business events. Still, as the idea of marriage becomes more real, it seems like the tension is building. Kris wants everything to be perfect and larger than life, while Kory may be feeling overwhelmed by the responsibilities that come with being in such a high-profile relationship. He's not just marrying Kris, he's marrying into one of the most famous families in the world. That means more cameras, more attention, and more pressure to keep everything polished and perfect. It's also worth noting that Kris is not just any celebrity, she's one of the most successful managers and businesswomen in the entertainment industry. She's used to having full control over her brand and her family's image. So it makes sense that she would also want full control over her wedding. For someone like Kory, who has always kept a relatively low profile, this might feel like too much. It's not just about showing up and saying, "I do," it's about playing a role in a very public production. And yet, despite all the whispers and rumors, insiders say that Kory will likely go along with it all in the end. They believe he cares about Kris enough to agree to the rules, the prenup, and the stress of a huge wedding. As one source put it, at the end of the day, he will do what he is told. That statement says a lot about the power balance in the relationship. While it may sound harsh, it also shows how much Kory might be willing to sacrifice for the person he loves. It's clear that Kris Jenner is a woman who knows exactly what she wants. Whether it's building a brand, managing her daughters' careers, or planning a wedding, she doesn't take shortcuts. She aims for the top and usually gets what she wants. But marriage isn't a business deal, it's a partnership. That's why fans and people close to the couple are watching closely to see if Kris can find a way to balance her dreams with Kory's comfort. Only time will tell if Kris and Kory actually make it down the aisle. If they do, it will likely be a grand and unforgettable event filled with celebrities, luxury, and lots of media attention. But behind all the glitz and glamour, the real question is whether both people are truly ready for the commitment that comes with marriage. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.